Alright, my kitchen's trashed. It's been pretty crazy. We've had a lot going on. I feel like we always have a lot going on lately. We have a lot of projects going on around the house, a lot of family things going on. So, a little frazzled here, but that's fine. We're just going with it today. If I don't pick up the camera and film, I probably never will. So, basically, I have a bunch of I have a lot of garden produce to preserve and some cooking to do for the week, as well as trying to get the kitchen in order. So I'm just going to film clips as I'm able and show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I started washing this kale yesterday and didn't even finish washing it. Never mind doing something with it. There's actually Swiss chard in here as well. So it's been wet for a while. I rinsed it again. What we're going to do, I'm just putting it in some food saver bags and we'll pop it in the freezer. It'll be fine for adding to dishes in the winter months when I don't have any growing in the garden. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Actually, the first thing I did was I started doing dishes over here. We rarely get caught up on dishes, but it doesn't mean we're not trying. So hopefully by the end of today I can get the sink empty and wipe it down and get a fresh start to the week. And then over here, I just cleaned everything off the stove and gave it a quick wipe, not a thorough wipe because I'm going to be using it to cook. And then I'm also going to be making a chorizo dish. I'll show you that. Some banana bread. And I need to make some iced coffee for the week. We make a bunch of coffee in our French press. We make a bunch of coffee in our French press. I'm pointing to the kettle. I haven't taken the French press out yet. And then we put it in the fridge. And then we have a couple days of iced coffee for work that we don't have to worry about. I'm also going to make some fresh salsa or pico to go with dinner. And start decluttering the kitchen. So here we go. So I'm chopping up this kale and putting it in these bags. I'm hoping I get 2 bags, but I may only get 1, and then I'll vacuum seal them and move on to the next thing. Here's a big pile of green beans from my garden, and I'm going to trim them up, blanch them, and then also put those in vacuum sealer bags so that I can save them for later dinners. I vacuum sealed 2 bags of garden green beans and a bag of kale and Swiss chard, and now I'm chopping up some tomatoes that I grew and some jalapenos. I'm also going to do some red onion. I have some cilantro, and then we'll do a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and lime juice, and that will be our pico to go with our chorizo Spanish rice dish. Here's my fresh pico, all done, and I'll put it in the fridge until we're ready to use it. This up some of the baking supplies I've had around for a while, and I still had some bananas in my freezer that I had frozen because they went brown. So now all of the bananas are out of the freezer. So I just found this recipe online and I'm modifying it to be gluten-free with cup for cup gluten-free flour and adding some walnuts to it, and hopefully it's delicious. The banana bread is in the oven. That has to cook for 55 minutes at 350.
Banana chips for you, banana chips for me.
Banana bread is all done. Can't wait to have a slice, and we like to put cream cheese on it, so I have some of that in the fridge.
Banana.
loosely following this recipe, but I have peppers, onions, cilantro, and some homegrown garlic in here, and I have it sauteing up. The original recipe called to put this in with all the liquid and boil it without sauteing it first, but I like to develop a little bit of flavor before I do that. So I'm sauteing up these vegetables, and then I'll add, it's supposed to be chicken broth. I have turkey stock. It called for rotel, but I have petite diced tomatoes with hatch green chilies. That should be fine. Some seasonings, rice, and then I have my chorizo sausage boiling up in here, and I'll slice that up and add it in once it's fully cooked. So we'll see how this is. I've never made it before. I added the chorizo, black beans, rice. I forget what else I already said I put in here. There's turkey stock, cumin, chili powder, salt, pepper, and I'm just going to let it cook until the rice is tender, and then we'll let it cool off and it'll be ready. I didn't show myself making this because it was the first time I've ever made it. It's Kate from Venison for Dinner's Caesar salad dressing. It was so easy and it's absolutely delicious. I've had a hard time finding a Caesar salad dressing that we really love, and this is definitely a keeper. We're going to have it with Caesar salads and steak tonight, and I'll try to show you that in a few minutes. Here's my Caesar salad with gluten-free croutons, homemade Caesar salad dressing, and then steak that I did in the air fryer. If you haven't cooked steak in the air fryer, I highly recommend it. The outside comes out super seared and delicious, and the inside is juicy. And I also have some of these white cherry tomatoes from my garden. I know they're not usually on Caesar salad, but I have tons that I need to use up, and they're so delicious I put some of those on there too. So that's dinner tonight. This wasn't on the menu plan this week, but I'm in a pinch and I need an Instant Pot meal, so I have 2 pounds of frozen beef stew meat. I'm going to quick run the packages under water so the meat comes loose, and I'll saute it in my Instant Pot, and then I'm just going to add a bunch of spices and seasonings, whatever vegetables I need to use up, and that'll be, well, not necessarily quick because it'll be in the Instant Pot for a while, but that will be a meal that is pretty hands-off. So we need something to be in the fridge so we can have lunches and dinners, and that's what we're doing. I have my Instant Pot on the saute function. I put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom, and I'm just going to saute this meat up until at least it comes apart, and then I'll toss in vegetables, and we'll see what else I have to throw in here. I added in the very last of my garden potatoes, and then I have this package of celery that Then I have this vacuum sealed package of garden celery that I just put in about a month ago. I would go pick celery from the garden, but it is dark out and I don't feel like doing that. So I'm just going to use this, and I'll replenish it when I do my next harvest. I'm also going to put in some garlic from the garden and 2 onions that need to be used up. I added in the celery, onions, I minced up the garlic. I found some mushrooms in my fridge that I could add. I am actually using those for a different meal this week too, but I knew I would have extra. Oh, I'm so tired. Did I say I added in the celery? And then I have this turkey stock left from the rice, chorizo rice that I made the other day. I'm going to add this in so it doesn't go to waste. If this is too watery when it's all done, I'll stir in some cornstarch and let it cook off a little, and it will thicken up. And then I'll show you the seasonings that I'm going to put in. I'll get this going for about an hour, and then I'm actually going to eat leftovers for dinner because I don't want to wait for this to be done, but I will have some of this for lunch tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. Here's what I'm adding: pepper, salt, Italian seasoning, ranch seasoning, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and I have this seasoning. It's not very good, so I'm just trying to use it up. So I'm going to put some of this chili pepper, parsley, salt, and garlic seasoning in there. Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite. It's very salty, so actually maybe I won't put the salt in, and I'll just use this in place of it. And then I'm going to get that going and sit down and enjoy my leftovers. Um, and then this will be nice for dinner tomorrow or lunches. I have a really busy day tomorrow, so I'll be happy that this is done. Here's the beef stew all done. Oh, there's steam. It's a little bit overcooked, but I'm sure it'll still be delicious.
I poked you.
I hope you enjoyed seeing what I cooked this week. The week kind of got away from me, so I didn't end up making the rest of the meals that I had planned. I will roll that into next week's meal plan. I'll try to put links to some of the recipes that I use this week down below. And thank you for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.